We just finished putting in these big 1.4 meter diameter culverts. I think that's almost 5 foot, somewhere around there. So we had this dammed up overnight because we had a 24-inch to do that went the opposite way across the road. So I just left it dammed up overnight, and well, we had about 3/4 of an inch of rain on the weekend there, so all this water that comes out of the swampland's been wanting to go for a while. Looks like I built a pretty good dam for the most part. It held up all this time, but I don't think it didn't look like it was gonna hold up overnight. It was starting to creep up on it. We all love playing in water. Nice new Kobelco here. Love these excavators. A lot better than that rebranded John Deere crap. The John Deeres aren't bad, I just hate their engines. The John Deeres are just Hitachis. So the culverts are cut down a little bit lower, but there's gonna be riprap in them, like big rocks. For those that don't know what riprap is. So we had this all dammed up. I had a series of dams along here because we had to block off over that way by the post office boxes, over this way, and further down where we did some riprap while we were waiting on gravel today. There's a Billy Big Rigger in a Dodge. He's afraid of a few bumps. Drives like a little bitch. Guess if I had to worry about blowing out my front end every time I went over something, I guess I would be too. But there's all kinds of fish in here, man. There's like Mariah, or sometimes called freshwater cod. Nothing real big, but there's channel catfish up the yin yang in here. And Manitoba's quite famous for them. Master angler catfish. I'm just doing up the legs here on the tripod. Jackfish, or northern pike, lots of them. I couldn't believe how many fish there were in here. Nothing gets really all that big. But yeah. And there's one more driveway just up that way. We did riprap on the one side. We had to put geotextile in and the riprap. And then over here, this was kind of a bitch of a crossing because there's school buses and stuff that got to go through here, and I don't know, it started punching out. We put in pretty good gravel in there, but they didn't want to pay the extra money for limestone, so to stick with alluvial gravel. See, the water in this 24-inch culvert's actually supposed to run out. It's that well engineered. It's definitely not Dutch people. And then this water just keeps going all the way down the end. You see those hydro towers off in the distance. Transmission lines, whatever. There's a big bog out there. We did some work in there. Holy mackerel. We had to go build a dike in there so that this water doesn't run out into some other drain somewhere else. And soft. Almost muskeg, but not quite. Muskeg on top, on the bottom is the silt. So this is that culvert. So I don't know how well this is going to work out in the spring because now the water's all backing up. You gotta love these municipalities. Hire more Dutchmen that know more about moving water. But basically, a lot of the problems with flooding in that here in Manitoba is because of excessive land drainage. The land was never meant to be drained, and so when people want to move out in the bush here, because this is naturally kind of marsh and bog land, they want to drain it. And then they realize they have wet basements and their yards are wet during wet years and all these stupid problems. And then because we got so much water running down the ditches and drains, it backs up the Red River, it backs up the Assiniboine River, and people get their land flooded. So this land should never be ditched, it should never be drained, it should always be the way nature intended. I'm not trying to sound like a tree hugger, but when you start seeing what causes these problems, then you couldn't tell a farmer, though. They say it's not their fault because they don't drain any land or anything. Anyway, I'm done ranting. This was fun. This was fun. Yeah, the little dam in here. This will all get cleaned up. It'll look all nice after. I'm going to put riprap between these culverts since they're all close together. That's a telephone line that we cut. It was about 4 inches from surface when it was supposed to be 3 feet or 2 feet or something like that. So now it's been spliced twice. Apparently this happened about 4 years ago. The MTS guy, the telephone guy, was bitching about it, but if you guys would install your utilities properly, it wouldn't be a problem. Especially if it's put right into somebody's friggin' driveway when it should be underneath the culverts about 3 feet. But half-assed. That's the way they want to play it. She's still rip-roaring through here. That is awesome. Since the land is so flat here, it doesn't just build up in height right away. It just keeps backing up, starts flooding out neighbors, etc. Oh well, they'll be doing this after I'm done work. I gotta pull up these piles because I think the guy with the bobcat wants to come and take this mud and use it for fill in his yard. Well, there you go. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.